Hello, Doctor. This is a group presentation. So for our topic of groups research is Sino-Russia relations. There are group member Chen Xiaoyun, Yang Zhekun. So my name is Sang Jisun. And the next is Xie Zhongwei, Chen Wenru. Hi, I'm going to briefly introduce the early Sino-Russia relation. The first one is 17th century initial contrast and border conflict. Diplomatic relation between China and Russia can be tracked back to the 17th century. The Treaty of Nations signed in 1689 established part of the border and brought related stability to the boundary line. The second one is the later 19th to early 20th century. Conflict of interest and treaty signing. Conflict of interest in Northeast Asia and Central Asia intensified between the Russian Empire and the Qing dynasty. The Treaty of Aigan in 1858 and the Treaty of Beijing in 1860 forced China to cede a large amount of territory to Russia. Post-1917 Russia Revolution complex allied relations. After the 1917 Russia Revolution, the Soviet Union established complex relationships with China. In 1950, China and the Soviet Union signed the Sino-Soviet Treaty of Friendship, Alliance, and Mutual Assistance. The last one is post-1991 Soviet collapse, restoring and deepening relations. After the collapse of the Soviet Union, Russia and China resolved and improved their relations. In 1996, the two countries established a strategic partnership, and in 2001, they signed the Treaty of Good Neighborliness and Friendly Cooperation.
Hello, Professor. Hello, everyone. My name is Chen Xiaoyun. My metric number is P137659. In my part, I will talk about implication of the early China-Russian relationship, and I will separate the implication from four time periods. The first period in the 17th century, diplomatic efforts laid the groundwork of solving border dispute and promoting routes between the two sides, but also planted the seed for later territorial conflict. The second period in the 19th and early 20th centuries, for example, the Treaty of Beijing, which my partner mentioned, increased China resentment towards Russia. However, they also pushed the two countries to cooperate against common threats, such as the Western powers. The rebels during this period set the state of the future development of relations, especially when facing external pressures. The third period in the breakdown of China-Russian relations after the Russian Revolution of 1917 affected the Cold War landscape. This caused China to seek more independent and autonomous diplomatic strategies, leading to a gradual easing of tension between China and the United States. China-Russian relations during this period had a deep impact on global Cold War dynamics. The next period is after the collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991. Both Russia and China went through major political and economic changes. China-Russian relations during this time had a big impact on the international landscape. The two countries strengthened cooperation in energy, military, science and technology, and international efforts. They jointly opposed unitarianism and hegemony, promoting a multipolar world on the international stage. They often coordinated their position and joint response to pressure from the West. In conclusion, historical China-Russian diplomatic relations had a far-reaching impact and wide-ranging influence on other regions and the country and the world. These interactions have not only shaped the internal development of the two countries, but also had a profound impact on the global political and economic landscape. This laid the foundation for a strategic partnership that continued to influence the global affairs in the 91 centuries. That's all. Thank you. My partner can introduce that next part.
Hello, my professor. My name is Chen Wenru. Let me talk about the part 3, today's China-Russia relations. Comprehensive strategy, partnership of the coordination for a new area. Nowadays, China and Russia have raised their bilateral relations to unprecedented higher level of the comprehensive strategic partnership and coordination in a new area. The comprehensive strategic partnership and coordination between China and Russia in the new era is like this. When politics and diplomacy. At the political and diplomatic level, China and Russia keep deepening the comprehensive strategic coordination. For example, the leaders of the two countries have frequent exchanges and hold the same stance on international affairs. This is will not only jointly enhancing the security, stability, development, and rejuvenation of their own country, but also give the positive support to the stability of the global order. To economic cooperation, China and Russia have cooperated extensively in energy, trade, and investment. Russia is a key energy supplier to China. China has been Russia's biggest trading partner for the 13 years in a row. The investment cooperation between the two countries is also gradually strengthening. 3. Geopolitics and security. China and Russia have carried out close cooperation in regional security cooperation and material strategic coordination. For example, they combat transnational crimes and terrorism, while materials mechanisms and deepening mutual trust and cooperation. Through this, the two countries maintain regional and global security and stability. For cultural and people-to-people exchanges, China and Russia have increasingly close exchanges in the field of the humanities. For instance, they promote two-way studies abroad, hold the China-Russia Culture Years activity, and expand tourism coordination. This cooperation in culture, education, and tourism have added new meanings to bilateral relations.
Hello, Professor. Hello, everyone. This is Yang Kun, and my metric number is P136742. In my part, I will continue discussing the significant impact of China-Russia relationship on the global affairs in the post-Cold War era. This relationship influenced international securities, geopolitics, and economics, and regional conflicts, and global governance. First one is the international security and stability. China and Russia's close diplomatic ties are crucial for global security and stability. In the United Nations Security Council, they often vote together, counterbalancing Western influence. For example, they have voted Western-led sanction and military intervention in Syria, preserving their national interest and acting against Western group. And next is the geopolitical shift. China and Russia's cooperation reshaped the global geopolitical landscape. Through the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, they have significant influence in the Central Asia, and China's Belt and Road initiatives depends economic ties, while Russia's Collective Security Treaty Organization maintains regional security. Joint military exercise in the Asia-Pacific region demonstrate their military cooperation, sending a strategic message to the United States and its allies. And next is the influence on regional conflicts. China and Russia significantly influence regional conflicts. In the Ukraine crisis, China maintains a balanced stance, not openly supporting Russia's actions, nor condemning them. This strategic balancing reflects China's approach to complex international issues. In North Korea, both advocate for dialogue and negotiation, impacting the situation on the Korean peninsula. And here comes the global governance. China and Russia push for a more equitable international order, advocating for multilateralism and opposing unilateralism. Their cooperation in organizations like the United Nations seeks to reform global governance. China's Belt and Road initiatives and Russia's support for energy and security cooperation foster development and offer new global governance models. And next is the impact on the other country. Their depending relationship affects other regions. In Southeast Asia, South Asia, and Africa, countries increasingly cooperate with Russia and China. China's investment through the BRI and Russia's arms sales enhance their influence. This partnership has promoted the United States and its allies to increase their military presence in the Asia-Pacific region, impacting regional security. And the last not least is the economic impact. China and Russia's economic ties have profound global implications. In 2023, their bilateral trade reached 240 billion. China is Russia's largest energy market, vital for China's energy security. They also collaborate in technology and infrastructure, particularly in the 5G and artificial intelligence, challenging the Western dominance and advancing global tech competition. This is the end of my part. My partner will continue discussing the future of the China and Russia's relationship. Thank you.
Hello, Professor. My name is Xie Zhouwei. Now I'm going to share the fifth part, the future development trend of China-Russia relations. In the future, China and Russia will depend on a comprehensive strategic partnership of coordination. Number one, deepen comprehensive strategic coordination. China-Russia relations will continue to follow the principles of non-alignment, non-confrontation, and non-targeting of any third party, so as to build a more stable and flexible new model of state-to-state relations. The two countries support each other when it comes to their core interests. Number 2, deepen economic cooperation. China and Russia will deepen cooperation in the field of energy, jointly develop green energy, and fight global climate change. The two countries will expand trade, especially in the fields of service trade, e-commerce, and carry out more extensive cooperation in high-tech, agriculture, and infrastructure construction. Number 3, deepen military exchanges and cooperation. China and Russia will deepen military exchanges and cooperation, enhance their joint combat capabilities and military technology, and ensure the stability of their respective countries and regions. Number 4, deepen cooperation in international affairs. China and Russia will strengthen cooperation in international organizations, safeguard international fairness and justice, and promote the development of a more just and equitable multipolar international order. Number 5, deepen cultural exchanges. China and Russia will strengthen cultural exchanges, strengthen cooperation in education, tourism, sports, and other fields, and promote the common development of the two countries' cultures. To sum up, in the future, China and Russia will further strengthen their relations through all-round deepening of cooperation, jointly cope with the global changes, and promote the reform of the global governance system.